I never expected the store manager to say that. Not in front of everyone, and definitely not to me. But what he didn't know was that someone was recording the whole thing, and that single video would flip my entire world upside down. My name is George Turner, a 32-year-old high school counselor in Atlanta. I'm the kind of person who minds my business, stays calm, and stays respectful, even when people don't give me the same energy back. That Saturday morning, all I wanted was a quiet trip to Ellsworth Market, the kind of grocery store where people sip cold brew in the aisles and pretend not to stare at anyone who doesn't fit the vibe. I walked in with my headphones on, a grocery list in my pocket, and absolutely no idea that this simple errand would turn into the most humiliating moment of my year, and the most empowering one too. I noticed the shift the moment I stepped inside. One of the employees, a tall guy with a khaki apron and a face that looked permanently irritated, kept glancing at me, then whispering to another worker. They weren't even subtle about it. Fine. Whatever. I grabbed a basket and kept walking. Every aisle I turned into, I saw him again, pretending to straighten products, pretending to check labels, pretending he wasn't following me. I've dealt with this before, microaggressions that pretend to be store policies. But today it felt heavier, more intentional, like he was waiting for me to mess up. Then came the moment that made my chest tighten. I stopped in the organic snacks aisle to pick up some granola. The guy suddenly appeared behind me and said, loud enough for the whole aisle to hear, "Just letting you know, sir, high theft items are monitored." Some people get confused. Confused? As in what? Confused between buying and stealing. I turned toward him and said, "I'm good, man. Just shopping." He didn't move, didn't blink. He just stared at my basket like my hands were already guilty. Two women nearby paused their conversation. A man pretending to read a cereal box kept glancing over. I could feel this tight, burning knot in my stomach, but I swallowed it down. I walked away. 5 minutes later, it got worse. I was in the self-checkout line, basket in hand, when the same employee approached a white woman behind me. He smiled at her, the kind of friendly, comfortable smile I didn't get. Then he pointed at me and said under his breath, except the line was quiet, so everyone heard, "Just keep some distance. We've had issues today." The woman's eyes widened. She stepped back like I was contagious. My ears rang. My face burned. I felt every eye in that line judging me, blaming me, assuming the worst about me. I wasn't angry. I was tired. So tired. I scanned my items, placed them in the bag, swiped my card. Before I could finalize the purchase, a voice boomed behind me. "Sir, step away from the register." It was the store manager, the one whose picture hung by the entrance, the one who bragged on their website about building a welcoming community space. He walked straight toward me, hand out like a traffic cop. "Security flagged your items," he said. "You're attempting to scan cheaper barcodes over premium products." My heart dropped. "What? No. I scanned exactly what I picked up. You can check the video." He shook his head. "I don't need to. We've been watching you since you entered." Watching me. Since I entered. People stopped shopping. Phones came out. Whispers started. The manager looked at the employee, who nodded confidently, like he just caught a criminal. I felt the world shrink around me, like I didn't belong here, like my word didn't matter, like I had no voice. "Sir," the manager continued, "we're going to have to confiscate your items. If you don't cooperate, we'll contact the authorities." Authorities? For granola and almond milk? I couldn't speak, couldn't blink, but someone else did. From behind us came a soft but firm voice. "Actually, he did nothing wrong. I have the video." The line went silent. A young Latina woman stepped forward, phone in hand. Her hands were shaking, but her voice was steady. "I recorded everything," she said. "He didn't switch barcodes. He didn't steal. Your employee was following him since the entrance, for no reason other than what he looks like." The manager froze. She pressed play. And suddenly, the whole store heard. The employee whispering, "This one looks suspicious." The fake high theft warning in the aisle. The comment about issues today. The way they laughed after I walked away. Each second of that video slammed into the store like thunder. Customers murmured. A man shook his head. A mother pulled her daughter closer, not from fear of me, but fear of what she just witnessed. The manager's face went pale. I wasn't aware of this, he stuttered. We take accusations like this very seriously. No, the woman interrupted. This isn't an accusation. It's proof. Another customer stepped forward. Then another. And another. One said, let him check out. Another added, he deserves an apology. A third said, this is discrimination. Period. For the first time in that entire store, I didn't feel alone. The manager swallowed hard and turned toward me. Sir, I sincerely apologize for this misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. That word made something in me crack, but I didn't explode. I didn't yell. I simply said, I just wanted to buy groceries. The store fell silent. The manager instructed me to finish scanning my items, this time with him standing behind me, not accusing me, but protecting me. The employee who followed me? He disappeared into the back, refusing to look in my direction. When I walked out of that store, bags in hand, customers nodded at me, not out of pity, but out of solidarity. And the woman who recorded everything? She smiled softly and said, people need to see the truth. Don't let them silence you. Driving home, I kept replaying everything in my mind. The humiliation, the fear, the anger, but also the moment when strangers chose humanity over silence. In a world where people often look away, those customers stepped in. And that, more than anything, gave me hope. That night, I sat at my kitchen table, groceries untouched, and realized something. Racism doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. But the truth always finds a microphone. And sometimes all it takes is one brave person holding a phone. This is my story. One of many. And if it reached you, I hope it reminds you to look closer, speak louder, and treat people like human beings. Because you never know who needs you to step up. This is the Black Diaries. If this story moved you, hit like, subscribe, share, and tell us your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters here.